Alright, what's up guys? It is 4:40 a.m. Getting ready to go ahead and go to the gym. Just drinking some water, taking some supplements. About to head over there and get my morning cardio in, and then I'm gonna get my lift in later. So I don't know if I'm gonna record anything while I'm there. We'll see. It's really not anything too interesting, just doing some morning fasted cardio like I do every single day. I will catch you guys during the day. All right, boys, I just left the lifting gym. So I woke up at around like 4:30, do my fasted cardio, eat some breakfast, which I completely forgot to record. And then I go and I lift at 9. So probably sounds like I'm in the gym a lot, and I definitely am. But something that I like, something that I enjoy. For those of you guys that are also into working out, you know how it is. So anyways, right now, I do have a one-on-one coming up in around an hour, a student of mine, and it's a little bit less than an hour away as far as time. So I do got some time to kill between now and then, so I'm just going to be getting some work done. Nothing too crazy. I honestly, on a day-to-day, I really don't do anything that's crazy. Like, I'm not out here drifting Lamborghinis in the snow or anything like that. I mean, I definitely should be, right? But for the most part, I just work. I do a lot of work on the computer, and really my goal for this year is to just grow the personal brand. I think that there's a lot of habits and things like that that I've implemented in my life along the way that I would like to share with the people. I don't think that life is necessarily all about money, but I do understand that money's important. It's kind of something that I've not really put on 100% prioritization as of like the past year or two of my life. I've really just been focused on other things, and now as I'm at the point where, you know, I want to make more, I want to continue to grow my brand, grow my business, right? And the only way that I'm going to do that is obviously by sharing what I'm doing on here and providing value to you guys. So you guys already know my car. We're in the Tesla right now. Nothing crazy. I do want to get rid of this thing. I've been saying that forever, but it is a pretty cool car. I think that a lot of these online, like, internet money gurus and whatever, like, a lot of people kind of glorify like the cars and the materialistic things and whatever. And I do think that all that stuff is cool. Don't get me wrong. I do like cars. I like buying watches and whatever. Well, I don't have a watch yet, but the idea of doing that stuff, I do like that. But at the end of the day, what matters is obviously what actually makes you happy and the things that you actually enjoy in life. So I do have some other reasons why I want to grow the business and make more money. There's some other things that I want to do that are more important to me than buying like vehicles and stuff. However, I do like them. You guys probably will see something on the channel very soon. Right now it is the winter. It's really like the end of January right now. So I'm not really thinking about getting like another car or anything like that, just because if I'm going to get something, I would rather it be during the summer. But I'm also thinking about moving, kind of depending on how business goes as of like the next 30 days. So we'll see. It's a lot to do, a lot of space to grow. And as far as content goes, I'm just going to be taking you guys right along with me on the journey. I'm going to be posting a lot more on like my Instagram stories and stuff like that as well. Really just sharing my thoughts on here with you guys as far as like the things that I think about and do on a day-to-day basis. So I'm going to go ahead and catch you guys when I have my one-on-one. All right, so my one-on-one is not happening quite yet. So I got to take my supplements. Creatine, 1 gram. Pretty good. Let's turn this up a little bit. There we go. You guys can actually see me now. I like to take this one because, well, one, it's a lot easier to take because it's a lot less powder, but also it's just, for me, it just has worked better, right? So obviously I'm not like a sponsor or nothing like that, but Cage Creatine, 1 gram serving size, works a lot better. And then there's these. So for those of you guys that know about supplements, this might be familiar to you, but this is a multivitamin. I take 2 packs of these a day, right? That's the serving size of it, which is 16 pills, and they're actually pretty big, as you guys can see. So my strategy with these is just take half of them at a time. Like, open the bag, take 8, right? 8 big ass pills. Look at the size of that thing. Yeah, it's pretty big. But then take another 8 of the same thing. So they are the same exact pills. It's just you gotta take 2 packs to get the full serving, right? And this is a multivitamin. You guys can see this long laundry list right here of all the stuff that's in it, right? It's a lot of stuff. That's why it's 16 pills. That's them trying to put everything in the smallest amount of pills possible, and they're still freaking huge. So I'll take this. Now the next one, again, another 8, you guys can see. Yeah, you gotta drink a lot of water with that, just to get it all down. So that's good to go. And then I do have other supplements that I take during the day. I've made quite a lot of like good gym progress in the past year or so, and I've tried a lot of different supplements, a lot of different things. The only thing that I've never really been big on, some people are, some people aren't, is pre-workout. I've never really been big on pre-workout. I mean, I'll take caffeine, you know, in the form of like energy drinks and stuff like that, but like a dedicated pre-workout that has like a bunch of other stuff in it, I don't usually go for. I like the clean caffeine drinks with not a lot in them. Like, I already take a lot of supplements, so I don't really need a specific like pump formula or anything like that. That's just my personal preference. Also, I find most of the pre-workouts are like extremely sweet, and I'm not a huge fan of that. I also don't really like using like the shaker cups and whatever. So even with my protein shakes, I just use the ready to drink protein shakes that are just already good to go. You just take it out of the fridge and drink it. You know what I mean? So that's just my personal preference. So anyways, we got this one-on-one coming up pretty soon. He actually let me know that he might be a little bit late to the call, and I tried to reschedule it with him, you know, that way he didn't have to rush around or whatever, but you know, he still wanted to make it happen. He just might be a little bit late. So I do have a few minutes to go ahead and get some work done and, you know, get some things organized beforehand. So I'm gonna go ahead and take care of that, and then I'm gonna hop on the one-on-one. All right, so he just canceled the one-on-one. Well, rescheduled it. So if you're watching this, bro, we will hop on that another day. I don't know exactly when I'm going to post this, but right now I am working on some client campaigns, basically just building out some infrastructure things with a client of mine. And I'm also looking for new clients. So I'm not really going to use this YouTube channel to go ahead and try to get like new clients for my business. I'm really mainly going to use this channel to go ahead and share the things that I'm doing within the business, right? So in order for me to go ahead and get new clients, I do have a list of clients that I get to reach out to, because interestingly enough, this client of mine actually has a list of people that already trust him that I can go ahead and possibly sell them on some advertising services. So what I'm looking to do is make my service a lot better, make it a lot cleaner, make it a lot more streamlined. Something that is very important in business is to go ahead and always improve your service delivery, right? When I first started, and really over the course of many, many years, I just never really focused on improving my service delivery. I always just kept the same service and always wondered why it just never really hit. And that's just because the service delivery, quite honestly, just wasn't really that good. And it's not that it was a bad service, but there was just a lot of other problems that I needed to solve to go ahead and make sure that clients stay around for a long time and are able to pay me a lot of money, etc. Right? So I'm also changing my pricing structure, right? For those of you guys that are in the service-based business space, or you do ads or things like that, right? You know that you can only make so much money charging retainers and that type of pricing structure. The best way to do it is to charge a percentage and just be very, very selective with who you work with, right? Because if you're able to make somebody $1 million, right, and you take 10% of that, that's $100,000, right? However, if you're charging like a $2,000 a month retainer or something along those lines, yeah, it'll be better for your like initial cash flow. Like maybe you'll be able to make the money, the $2,000 up front, but typically the type of client that's going to be interested in a deal like that is going to be a lot lower quality, and it's just going to be much more difficult for you to make a lot of money, right? Because if you want to do $100,000 a month, let's just say, in order for you to do that off of $2,000 a month retainers, you're going to need 50 clients, right? Which is a lot, right? That's a lot of clients. And if you have a $2,000 a month retainer, 50 clients, it's going to be very, very difficult for you to manage all that. It's going to be difficult for you to put people in positions where they're going to be able to help you with the managing and everything, because you're not really making enough money to go ahead and really, really pay everybody well, right? You have to, in order to find good talent, what I found is you got to be able to attract high level players. And the only way that you're going to do that is by having a high level opportunity, right? And the only way that you could have a high level opportunity is if you create a high level business, right? It all just goes together, right? It all makes sense once you start to do it. So I realized that charging retainers is a very hard way to go ahead and scale up anywhere past $20,000 to $30,000 a month, because the type of clientele that it attracts is usually the clientele is just going to end up churning, right? And if you want to be able to make a lot more money, especially with a lot less service delivery, right, or hours put into it, then you're going to need to work with higher level clients, charge them a percentage, and they'll technically be paying more. However, it's easier to close them because it's more risk-free, right? So the only way to do that is to actually have a very, very good product and be very selective with who you work with. So like I told you guys, I do want to share the business side of things, and I do want to share the personal side of things. This channel is really going to serve as you getting to know me personally and all the things that I'm into, right? Whether it be working, the gym, cars, anything like that. I get a lot of guys that ask me that are looking to get into the space of running ads and doing digital business and things like that, of how they get started. And my best number one advice to anybody that's looking to get started is do your research, right? Do your research and get yourself around people that are actively doing what you want to do. And also understand that it is going to be difficult, right? This game is not for everybody. This game is not for people that do not have stress tolerance. It's not for people that are not business motivated, right? This game is for people that really, really believe in themselves and really believe that they could build something great. And not to say that having a job or something like that is a bad thing. I think that for most people, that's probably a better situation for them to be in. It's going to be less stressful. They're probably going to make more money having a job than they would having their own business. But for the people that really, really do dedicate themselves to this, it's very possible, right? So like I said, I'm just going to document my progress on here. I'm going to document my progress on Instagram, and that's what I'm going to do, because at the end of the day, it's the people that can stay in the game the longest, the people that can be the most consistent and that can continue to move forward even when things get difficult, that are going to be the ones that actually end up progressing. So I have a couple things to work on right now. I'll go ahead and catch up with you guys in a little bit. All right, boys. So I'm not exactly sure where I left off. I've just been doing some computer work here, putting out stories, dialing in the ad processes, you know. Oh, look at that. Look what just came in.
Yo, that's it.
Crazy, right? Oh, wait, nah, I know what song you should put.
What?
Niggas don't speak my language.
I use that too many times.
Niggas don't speak my language.
How about the pocket with the blue 50s? What's that shit called?
That's called Mr. Pot Stepper or some shit like that. Nah. I don't even like that one. Put look at this guy putting Instagram stories. Don't put Everyday Hustle. That's a repeat for you too. Don't put free promo. Nah. Trophies on the top. Right there.
Where?
The bottom now. Nah.
That sounds gay.
It's not gay, bro. 0 to 100, the catch up. Yeah. The Instagram stories are as serious as real life. Not even a little bit. Alright guys, so to be honest, I'm not exactly sure where I left off in this video. It's actually been a day or like a day and a half, something like that. And I was extremely busy this past day, right? I had a lot of clients to meet with online. I had a lot of referrals come in, and I actually closed a new client, and I'm also closing another new client tomorrow. So we just got checks coming in, man. We just got checks coming in, and the funniest part is like, this shit is not hard, right? This shit is not hard. The name of the game in business is just simply about providing value and being able to generate other people money. I get a lot of guys, especially younger guys, that are asking me how to make money with social media and do all that good stuff, and it's like, you have to provide value to people at the end of the day, right? You can't just, gone are the days of just like being a fitness coach and being able to make $100,000 in a month. That it doesn't happen, right? Is it impossible? No, but if you're going to use social media to make money, you have to be solving a specific problem, right? And that's the problem with most people, is that they're not solving a specific problem. They're not actually helping other people make more money. They're not helping other people reach a certain goal, right? And there's no way that you're going to make real money without being able to do that. So what I want to share really with you guys is that has been my biggest breakthrough ever since I was like 15 years old, like first learning business for the first time and getting into the world of wealth creation, right? It took me a long time before I really saw a really good return on what I was doing, right? But it was well worth it, right? It's well worth it because now there's a lot of things that are very second nature to me, right? When I first started, I remember talking to a potential client, felt impossible, right? I felt like I didn't know what I was doing because I didn't know what I was doing. And it felt so out of reach for me, right? And now it's something that is just so normal, right? Talking to clients, solving their problems, it's very normal. I don't have any issue with just answering somebody's questions and being able to just guide them through the necessary steps because I've done this before, right? Those of you guys that don't know exactly what I do, right, if you're new to the channel, I'm not sure if I said this earlier in the vlog, but I run paid advertisements, right? I run paid ads for other businesses. There's many different names for this business model. I'm not one of those guys that tries to promote like some name for the business model or whatever. Maybe in the future, I'll give it a nice name. But whether you want to call it SMMA, whether you want to call it, marketing agency, whatever the heck, right? This business has been around forever, right? But everybody likes to glorify this like, oh, just, get in and just start signing clients and make $10,000 the first month. That didn't happen for me, right? I spent a long time not making anything. I spent years and years learning and implementing and doing shit for free and learning from other people and paying to learn from people. And I'm just now, years later, right? When I started learning this in 2017, 2018, just years later, really seeing the fruits of my labor. And at the end of the day, I just stayed down until I came up, right? That's the name of the game. Most people do not want to go through the years of hardship and the years of not seeing results, right? To actually learn something and to ensure that they come out with a good result at the end of it, right? So I'm gonna end this video off here. I just want to tell you guys that the money is out there, right? You just have to go and get it, right? The money is already printed, right? You have to understand that most likely the people around you are not going to be pushing you to go and get it. They're not going to be pushing you to better yourself. They're not going to be pushing you to wake up at 4 a.m. and go to the gym and get the things done that you need to get done, because they might hyperfixate on one thing, right? They might not be in your best interest, right? But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to share my journey along this entire thing. I'm going to document as much as I possibly can, right? I'm going to document here on YouTube. I'm going to document over on Instagram. And I'm going to share with you guys all of the key tips and all the game that I have learned along the way and that I'm still learning. That's getting me not only to where I am now, which I'm not even in any crazy position, to be quite honest with you, but is also what's going to get me to the next level, right? So if you're watching this video in 3, 4, 5 years, maybe even 10 years, right? And you see me 10 years down the road and I'm driving a Bugatti, right? Or something like that. Who knows? Well, this is where I was back in 2025, right? Still signing clients, doing calls myself, working one-on-one with all my guys, right? And in the trenches doing this shit, right? Studying, learning, adapting, going through hard times. There's times where I lost a bunch of clients. There's times where I gained a bunch of clients, right? Nothing happens for a long time, and then all of a sudden everything happens at once. And now you got a whole host of new problems, right? So don't think that anything ever comes easy for anybody. Understand that anything worth having is a direct result of hard work, and just keep it pushing, right? So I'll catch you guys in the next video. Feel free to drop me a follow on Instagram, link in the description. And with that being said, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.